Hello everybody and welcome back to Civ 6, where I need to adjust my chair. There we go. Much better. And, I mean, I'm still being very bad at this game. We are targeting probably somewhere around here. I'm not 100% sold on this location yet. I need to think about it a little bit more. I mean, that does grant us access to probably both of these copper. That is true. We'd potentially be giving up this wheat, but we're probably not going to be able to get that anyway. Well, we may actually... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I don't know how big cities in Civ 6 can get. That's a bit of a problem. For now, we're going to continue moving this way. And I do want to construct our mine right here. That does give us +2 production and +1 faith. So that's great. That's a production increase. And we are going to start thinking about maybe going for construction, honestly. I think that's the most efficient thing we can go for. We could go for Terracotta Army, getting us a great general point per turn, but I don't think that's going to be what we're going to go for just yet. Those lumber mills, though, those would be interesting, particularly in tiles like these, or perhaps this one. Yeah. Or this one. Like, lumber mills would overall be quite good. So getting those will be a pretty top priority, I think. For now, we'll continue, and probably make additional mistakes every single turn. We'll fortify until healed over here. We're going to start bringing these warriors up relatively soon. Georgia is just kind of escorting our settler. Oh, an emergency coming up, huh? There's a special session being called to consider discussions. We submitted a proposal? Okay. Hang on a moment. This guy is not the Emperor of Ethiopia. I am the Emperor of Ethiopia. Regardless, we'll pretend that we know about this guy. So there's apparently a military emergency. People are voting for it. We may not vote because we're not party to the emergency. If we do not stand united, then the fate of this one city will come to us all in time. Matthias is the target of this. Okay. Well, we're not too concerned about that just yet. We're going to move up over this way. Oh, hello, Venice. And yeah, our scouts are right next to each other, and I really, really hate that. We're going to have to take action to make sure that that doesn't happen in future games. Okay. So there's some declarations of war. People are declaring war on Matthias. Okay. Sounds good. Venice wants us to train a swordsman. Okay. I'm sure we will eventually. The question is, where do we want to build additional improvements over here? What exactly does a camp give? 1 production, 2 gold, 1 faith. Okay. Whereas a mine gives 2 production. Roger that. We can build a mine immediately right here, and I believe that's what we're going to do. I want to take a look in St. Petersburg's citizens at this point. Okay. Yeah, this is absolutely ideal for right now. As soon as we get this citizen, they will probably automatically start working in this mine location. That is absolutely fine. Excellent. Okay, next turn. Shinto is spreading up here. We're okay with that. We have given up on religion. Or more precisely, we're just kind of accepting Shinto. Okay, the encampment is now in place. That is good. I do want to continue coming up here with the scouts. I want the scouts to kind of start fanning out, though, and exploring different directions up here. Like one going around the top of Egypt and the other around the top of Hungary would probably be ideal. Okay, so we finished our encampment over here. And in that encampment, we could work on a stable or some barracks. Melee and ranged units and all cavalry units. Okay. I think we're going to get the watermill, actually. Because I want that additional production, but more importantly, I want that additional food, because we need to be working on our food production here. So we're going to go for watermill. It's a little bit greedy, but we're going to do it anyway. And now we're going to come down here to improve. And eventually, we will purchase our next builder at Moscow. Or we'll produce it at Yaroslavl, perhaps. That watermill will be done quite soon. So that might be a thing. Egypt denounced the evil deeds of Hungary. Expected. Hungary wants us to joint war Cleopatra. No. Maybe. But not right now. I'm not in any position to fight Cleopatra currently. I will be soon enough. I'm working on it, but not just now. Thank you very much. Okay, in St. Petersburg, I think we should probably begin work on this campus tile. Oh, I should have thought of this. I definitely should have thought of this. That's a big inefficiency. The best location for the campus district is where we just built this mine. I 100% should have thought of that. We're going to do it anyway. But it's an inefficiency and something that I will look to iron out in future games. Mostly the point of this first attempt here is to figure out flaws with my play. And I'm finding a lot of them. So that's good. This archer we can just set to alert for right now. And we really can't create a great work here because we don't have another slot for it just yet. But that's okay. This guy wants our diplomatic favor in exchange for iron. I don't feel like we need that iron. We've got iron, or will have iron, rather. Specifically over in Moscow. So I'm not too concerned about that. We are going to head across this river and see what we can explore over here. And we're going to head over and explore this way as well. Okay. Over here in Yaroslavl, I feel like we don't really need the granary yet unless we need housing. We're at 4 of 7, so we don't really need that just yet. We may want to start thinking about building some form of district over here other than this shrine, or rather Lavra. Just because... Let's see, I don't feel like a commercial district would be amazingly good. No. We should think about adjacencies. An encampment isn't really what I'm looking for right now. This would be an entertainment complex. Theater Square, is there a good location for one of those? Not really. From every 2 adjacent district tiles, 1 additional culture. And 1 from wonder tiles. So we might be wanting to build one in St. Petersburg, but that's, again, something that I should have thought of previously. I think we're going to work on a builder here for Moscow. And we're going to take this settler on over this direction. Excellent. And these warriors are going to start making their way up to attack this encampment up here. Excellent. We actually might be thinking about entering a Dark Age. We're not getting a lot of era score currently. Okay. Well, we're going to push on over this way and get our 4th city. This is probably going to be the last city that we're going to settle rather than conquer, is my guess, based on what we're seeing here. We may go for one more if we see something particularly good, but I'm guessing this is going to be what we're going to end up with here. And I definitely want to be working on getting our military situation a little bit sorted out here. So we're going to push over this way with our scouts and up this direction. Actually, we could have gone the other way. Noted. Okay. Next turn. Egypt is expanding, adding a new settlement, Akhenaten, right here. Okay. That's definitely worrisome for us. I'm a little concerned about Egypt's proximity to us. But let's just head up here and see what we can find. Okay. Make our way over. And we can send an envoy, and I want to send it to Geneva. We had already determined that. Next turn, we have quite a lot finishing up, which is good. Okay, Geneva declared war on Hungary. We're okay with this. Okay, +3 era score. That's not bad.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire, water, gravel, and vinyl.
That sounds right.
Defense is superior to opulence.
He's not wrong about that. Adam Smith is correct. Okay, so we need a new tech here, and I think mathematics is the obvious efficient choice here. As far as our civic goes, military training is our obvious choice there, just in terms of efficiency. Okay, for our production in St. Petersburg, we could build a library, and that does give us a citizen slot and a great scientist point per turn, and 3 science, which is pretty good for only 4 turns. I think we'll take that. In Yaroslavl, I kind of... I'd remove a marsh, and we're kind of okay with removing a marsh. That said, some of these locations would be better. We could purchase a tile over here, or we could just wait. We're almost certainly going to get those tiles naturally, right? So I think we wait on that. And maybe get another builder, honestly. I want to check in on our citizen situation in Yaroslavl. We're currently working an unimproved tile. So yeah, I think we should definitely work on another builder here for Yaroslavl itself. Make our way up over here, see what we can find. Excellent. Okay. We're getting some good information over there, and we're going to send this builder down over to Moscow. Now, what are we going to build in Moscow? We're almost certainly going to improve these 2 iron resources. And let's take a look at the borders here. We're going to have our border growth over here. Okay. I wouldn't mind purchasing something here, though. We've got a decent amount of gold, so we should maybe consider purchasing an item. We can't really do anything in St. Petersburg. Okay, we should actually wait until next turn. We do have a governor title available. And I'm kind of thinking that we appoint Victor here. Let's see. Units defending. This is primarily for a defensive city. What would be good for an offensive city? All builders trained would get +1 build charge. That's pretty decent. Good to know. Increase in science and culture. Okay. That is definitely good to know. I think we're going to grab Liang here. And where are we going to send her? We're going to send her to Yaroslavl. And then we're going to send Magnus, for now, over to Moscow. Okay. There we go. And as I said, we're going to wait at least one turn to spend gold. Excellent. I'm wondering... Oh, he's upset because we've explored more than him? Okay. He was happy that we hadn't done much exploring previously, but now that we're actually doing some exploring, he's less happy. Okay, we're going to head over this way and continue to do some exploration, despite what Matthias thinks. And we're just going to head up over here, and we are founding a city, I think, right here. Because we can definitely get in position for this copper. The dyes are right here. We've got the citrus. We're not going to be flooding, it looks like. I doubt we can get this wheat, but that's something I'm willing to give up. I think overall this is not terrible. It's mostly these 3 volcano tiles that are a little spooky, but we'll just not put much for resources into those at first. We'll prioritize other things.
Our people have chosen to create a city along the low coast, within the sound of the ocean's waves. But this is lowland, and will flood if the sea level rises.
Okay, so... I did not realize that this is considered lowland. It didn't look like it on the map because there was this tile that was, but this tile was not. It could be that it was just covered up by the recommendation, but nevertheless, we're still going with it, and we'll see if there's any way we can combat that a little later on. For now, I definitely think that we want to get a granary here, or something along those lines. These are not amazing structures that we can get built. I think we are going to go for the granary for that extra food so that we get that population up. And we're going to bring our archers right on over here for right now, because we need to take out these spearmen. So, to that end, I do want to take a quick look at our citizens over here. Ah, yeah. I would actually prefer that we be working this tile. That gives us 1 additional production from this tile. And the same amount of food. We don't make the faith. I don't mind. We have tons of faith. I would much rather have that extra production right now. Excellent. And we can think about maybe putting a city down here. I suppose there's some decent... I mean, there's a lot of copper, there's some crabs, and some sheep. We might be able to think about placing it maybe like here. For right now, we're not too interested in doing that. Egypt is out of range to claim our builder with a surprise war, so that's good. Excellent. Okay, the barbs have actually left their location to attack us. It's interesting. We're going to continue to explore up this direction. Don't see that tile, but that's okay. I do want to check down over here. Okay, that's all the information we needed over here. And we're going to head up that way. We're going to shoot at these guys. Like so. And then we're going to come up here. And can we flip these? Not currently. Okay. We'll have to wait until next round to do that. That's fine. I should have maybe relocated these into this tile, although I'm not sure if archers can shoot with a, like, diagonal tile like that. That's something I should have experimented with. Moscow is having food issues right now. Okay. We should definitely do something about that. We are currently working this tile and this tile. We would end up losing a production if we were to work this tile. Is there anything with 2 food? No. There's nothing with 2 food, 2 production. That would be the obvious choice. I think that we're going to do this. I'm much more interested in having the city grow right now than that one additional production, which is going to be replaced when we get the watermill done anyway. We can revisit that after the watermill finishes, though, because the watermill does generate 1 food. Okay. Let's continue for now. We'll see what these barbs decide to do. Egypt wants some horses. And in return, they're offering us overall 91 gold for 20 horses. We have 50. I'll accept that. I kind of don't want to make any enemies right now. Now that's an interesting choice. The barbarians took up the defensive position of the hills. Okay. Good to know. That does mean that we can back our archers off over this way. And yep, we can indeed make this attack. Wonderful. Which means that we can take these warriors up over here, and they now can no longer attack our location. This is recommending a mine, but I would rather build it on this iron for right now. Okay. Because I want to have access to iron for sure. So now they can't get to our archer because of the zone of control of our warrior. Okay, there's a gentle eruption over here. That's fine. We don't really care. That place has been erupting a lot, actually. I want to get to the coastline over there. We'll just cross that river. And this should eliminate these spearmen. Fantastic. And now I do want to build this mine here. That gives us knowledge of apprenticeship and ironworking. Good, good, good. Now I want to check in on our citizens here. Okay, it automatically switched from this tile to this tile. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. We're also generating a science here, which is very nice. I'm not too interested in ancient walls just now. That's only 3 turns away. I think I would rather crank out another builder here. We're going to have a citizen coming out in 1 turn, and when that happens, we have only unimproved tiles for that citizen to work. So that's going to be pretty important. We can potentially build like a lumber mill over here. Or a mine. That would work too. I would have to look at which one we would want to do.
Without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers.
Indeed it is.
Those who in quarrels interpose must often wipe a bloody nose.
Okay, so we can probably go for apprenticeship. That is most likely the most efficient thing that we can go for. Or ironworking, actually. We definitely want to go for ironworking. +4 faith to all cities that are within 6 tiles. Awards 6 iron per turn. Must be built on desert hills. We don't currently have any desert hills. We could potentially get some, but I definitely think ironworking is the way to go. As far as this goes, none of these are accelerated. This one is never going to be accelerated. There are no more religions to be founded, so let's just go for theology and get that out of the way. As far as Yaroslav goes, we should probably invest at this point in the granary for that extra food and housing. Mostly because I want to get another worker going here. We are currently working this tile unimproved and this tile unimproved, but our builder can build, honestly, 4 things, right? Because of our governor. Yeah, 4 builds. So that is definitely something we need to think about. We're going to come over here, and we are going to build that lumber mill as soon as we can. I want to check to see, let's see, lumber mill is 3 production and a faith. compared to a mine being 2 production and a faith. So if possible, the lumber mill is just better than the mine. Good to know. So like over here, we would want to build a lumber mill. Now we want to make our way over to the camp there. And we want to bring these guys back to town. Excellent. We're going to continue exploring. And in Moscow, I think we do go for the barracks. Let's get that online at this point. Because we do want to be able to train troops efficiently, right? That is definitely something that we are interested in doing. We have an envoy available. Venice, what do you give? Gold. Gold is essentially obfuscated production, right? So, let's do it. We'll take that. Now, I'd be interested in potentially purchasing the stable for gold. We're a little ways away from that. Actually, we could purchase the barracks and start building the stable. Actually, we can't build the stable. That's okay, though. We can work on the monument for culture and loyalty per turn. Just get that out of the way. Excellent. So we are accumulating iron, and we're going to be accumulating additional iron. We have multiple builders out and about. Okay, something just happened, and I believe it was Egypt declaring on us. Yep, Egypt and Nazca declared on us. Good to know. Indeed. Okay, so that is a thing. Pivot time has happened. We're going to keep exploring. However, we are not going to produce a granary here. We are instead, let's see here. They have a warrior here. And I'm wondering which we want to go for here. I'm glad we bought that barracks, though, last turn. That will definitely help. We probably want to change our production here, and I definitely want to build a lumber mill here right now. Excellent. This builder is in serious danger. But I want to change this construction here. And let's see here, melee strength of 28 versus 25. The same movement, the same production, the same maintenance. Spearmen are anti-cavalry. Chariots do count as cavalry. That said, we do see a chariot archer, we see a catapult. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. We could pull this builder back, or if we build, it's definitely going to be taken by Egypt here. We have to pull our builder back here, and we'll have it skip turn for now. This slinger can come over here and commence attack. Now we're going to back into Yaroslavl there, but I just wanted to get that going for that promotion. And I do also want to start trading with Moscow here. I'd like a road built there, and oh, that was going all over the place. Astrakhan is not really very settled at this point. So we're going to hold off on doing things here, although, can we capture these missionaries? Condemn heretic. I wonder what this does. We lost Shinto, but I think we killed the missionaries there. Okay. Good to know. So in St. Petersburg, we definitely want to start getting out a unit here. And I think that unit is going to be a heavy chariot. These guys are coming in. They have multiple units. I do want to move our builder over this direction for right now. And we're going to continue exploring up the coast. There we go. Okay, so we are at war with Cleopatra, and this is going to change the course of the game. For now, though, I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we will continue our pivot. Actually, I want to switch this over to a spearman for right now. There we go. So next episode, we will start defending ourselves and maybe see if we can't take the war to Egypt. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. And we're also going to maybe talk to these guys about fighting Cleopatra. He wanted to previously. Actually, let's see right now. Would he join ongoing war? Cleopatra. Formal war. Yes. What would it take? He wants 1 gold. I accept. We'll start a war with Egypt. Yes. It generates 100 grievances. What? We're at war with Egypt, though. We just want him to join the ongoing war. And those are the wars that he is currently in. Okay, I guess because it would start a war. You know what? I'm going to accept this. It generates 100 grievances. Okay. Let's also see if Menelik would join. Let's see here quick. What would it take? He would not do it. Fair enough. Okay. Well, Egypt has a bunch of wars being declared on it, including from Hungary, who are currently our friends. So with that, I'm going to put that cut in here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time when we start working on potentially carving up Egypt. See you all then.